Hi folks, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a little different. We're going to be doing some little odd jobs that I need to finish around here. A couple videos back I showed you my weight safe hitch and how it was kind of wobbly. Well, after thinking it over about all the ways I could repair it, it's just not safe to repair something like this. So I broke down and went back to the old style hitch. Now I like the weight safe because you got interchangeable balls and you can adjust the height with what you have. You pull this out, raise it up and down. When you pull it out, you can take a pin out and replace the ball to a different size. Problem is with this one, see how much it's wallered out? I bet you this hitch doesn't have 25,000 miles of pulling a lightweight trailer around. The dial here is to tell you how much the trailer tongue weighs, which is really handy when you're loading machines. But I think it's hydraulically worked, and I think all the fluid departed long ago, but I'm just really worried that that's going to be a problem. So I'm going back to steel. This is the 1 1/4 ball on the end, or excuse me, 1 1/4 shank on the end of this ball, and there's a good idea, it just didn't seem to hold up. Stay. Second thing we're doing while I'm out here, it's the wind, is I'm going to prep this straight edge for paint. You know, when you stress relieve them, and this has been double stress relieved, which I know. A lot of people say, oh, there's no such thing. Well, in my years of experience of planing long surfaces like that, once I get the rough planing done, I always have to get it back to a heat treat oven and treat it again, because most stress relieving doesn't get it all. And when you're going for a perfect surface, and I shoot for 1/1000th of an inch over 4 foot, it just doesn't work. You've got to get the rest of the stress out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shut up and let you see what I'm going to do. I love these tables. Oh hell, I was supposed to shut up, wasn't I? That sucks. Using the wire brush, I got the heavy stuff off. Got down in these corners as best I could. But you're not going to get all the rust off. And if you do, it's going to come right back before you get ready to paint it. But that's okay. Let me do the other side and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Now this is another product that I use. Loctite brand on this one. A long time ago it was another company that made this when it first came out. I think Loctite bought the brand. I don't know if it's the same stuff, but it'll convert this light rust, which you really want a little bit of rust on it to convert. Anyway, this does a good job. I put it on there and wait for 24 hours. Then you can start painting it. It's just a clear. And what it does is it's supposed to convert the rust to a paintable surface. Turns it black. Well, this is what it looks like after 2 coats of the rust neutralizer in about 6 hours. Tomorrow it'll be ready to start painting, and I use the spray paint, the hammered type finish. Got a color I really like on the straight edges. That'll be all ready to go for scraping next. Now, I always do the painting before I do the scraping, because frankly the painting is messy. So is the scraping. But once this is cleaned and painted, it's easy to wipe off the iron filing dust. And then if I need to, I'll touch it up. But usually it looks pretty good just the way it is. Now, to finish off this video, I'm going to show you some turning. Don likes making chips. So here's a bunch of chips for Don. This is a pattern I was making. I went through very quickly to get it done in time, and I didn't have time to do a lot of narrative and show you the way I usually do. This is some plastics that I had laying around, and I made the pattern out of some, I think one of them's nylon, and the other one's the material you make cutting boards out of. And I did it because I wanted to try and see if I could make it really smooth. Because after showing you what we had to do to cast that tally-ho pattern, I wanted this thing to be slick. And it turned out that way. Now, I didn't take a lot of pictures of showing you how I did it and everything, but here, enjoy. Well, the first didn't work, so let's go a different route. It's going to work nice. Well, he made a simple mistake of leaving all these hammers up here. We can get it opened. I wouldn't do that. I guess I gotta call him. Not a single wrench laying anywhere. Well, luckily I had a little wrench left in the truck. Okay, I got the little camera up there on top. Got that in aluminum or steel. One of the YouTubers that does wood turning. He wears a mask and it's got resins and everything in it. Good God, this is bad enough. But I can take a deeper cut and redirect some of this stuff. Going out the back now. I said it was going out the back now. You get back there. Go, 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 go. Hard to break a chip. I think this is some kind of nylon. Just going by the color. Oh, don't you dare come over here. Don't you do it. You can think about it, but don't do it. Makes cleanup easy. We could even get away with some more. Bob eats nylon for lunch. I haven't even been keeping up with where we are. Good to see. $371. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. See, that's direct reading. I forget. 3 inches, 548,000, close enough. See how smooth that is? That's nice. Now, I need to clean up the inside face here. That's not as smooth as it was the other way. So, boom. Stringy stuff does this. Can you see the difference in the surface finish? That is slick. This isn't. Clean up underneath here. If you do this on aluminum or steel, you start picking up this stuff, it'll hurt you bad. That's nice and smooth. This is smooth. But now I got a problem. You might remember me belly aching about the mold not always having enough draft in it. Draft is just a slight angle away from being a straight edge so that you can pull it out of the sand. Well, Bob doesn't have a taper attachment on it. So I'm going to try something and see if it'll give an acceptable enough surface on here. I'm going to back it out going this way. And as it goes, I'm going to do a poor man's taper attachment, manually feeding it in as it goes. And I'm going to try to do it in an even, controlled manner. Left a little bitty surface in there. It up in here, right there, and as I pull this, I'm going to start going in at a slow feed rate. You hear that? It's got a slight texture, but it's got a taper on it. But I want that as smooth as possible, so I'm going to go touch up this bit on the diamond lap and see if we can make that a little bit better finish. We can't. I'm just going to give it more draft. I kind of want this to be razor sharp. Little burrs off the top. Remember, I can get away with this because it's like paper here. We'll do this with metal. I can hear the surface as I do that. Don't feel anything. That's good. Right up here, it's a little bit rough. So I'm going to go back in here, see if I can clean it up. Much better. Got rid of that. I can't feel it now. All right. Let's go out here. And then we have to figure out, do we really need all of this depth? I don't think so. I think something about like right there would be plenty. So we could get rid of 1/2 inch of this. And go from there. How's that? Yeah, we do about right there. I think that'd be perfect. Let's go back the other way. About there. Man, I could enter the big chip contest with this. I ought to enter it with my planer. Poor boy to be running scared. kind of on the lathe prototyping. Let's see if Bob can do this. Maybe you got it all the way there. What we're going to do now is use Bob to make a chamfer on this outside edge right here. And the way you do it, and my Axelson can do it, and it looks like Bob can too. But what you do is you pull both the cross feed and the longitudinal feed at the same time, and that should make a 45. And there we go. I like that, nice and smooth. Oh, that'll pull nice. Got a nice slope right there on it. Nice draft. Now I got to remember to put the same draft on this side as I did this side. And you know, just to make my life easier, we're going to go ahead and switch chucks again, because I need it for my next project. You gotta be careful when your jaw screws or your chuck screws on like that. In reverse, it can come loose. Storing all the chucks down here in the tool tray. Gonna call it holders up here. And then a shelf down there where I can put in the chucks. One of the neat things about this lathe is this spindle lock. And when the lock's engaged, it won't let you turn on the machine. Pull it loose. So what we're going to do now, I got to change these around. It's always something. All right, we've spared you the boredom of me changing around these vice jaws. Got it chucked back up in. I'm going to put a little center hole in it. And we'll go and trim up the outer diameter. Beauty of making this thing, I don't have to beat it any dimension, just using scrap, making what'll work. Go ahead and get it trued off, and now get rid of some of these edges around here. Remember, I'm going for a little bit larger than what I really want the part to be, because this is going to be the pattern. You get a little bit of shrinkage, but I also want to have enough meat on there to true it up when I get the actual cast iron part. So, just get it true. Ah, smooth. Mark's not going to know what happened when I bring this in there. It's the smoothest pattern he's ever had. I had a lot of time to think about this when I was doing the sanding on the tally hose pattern. How do you make it smooth? Now, I'm going to do a little test run here because I need to put a bevel on this going this way, or a taper, so it matches the direction of the taper here. You wouldn't want it the other way. It'd be dumb. Of course, I've done dumb things before. Why should this be any different? All right. So, I need it to go this way. Then I need to turn it in. So let's make sure that's what's happening before we go about this. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. All right. Let's go back here. Just touch off on this edge right here. Touched. Not that way. Okay. And now when I pull this, I need to use this hand. I got more dexterity in this hand. 1, 2, 3. I might have overdone it, Houston. We may have a problem. Well, I don't know. I think that would be okay. Damn near 1/8 of an inch in that little bit. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to back it out and I'm going to knock this down just a hair. Just don't need that much. I'll leave it alone before I mess it up. Now, this inner edge I can take care of with a file. This here wouldn't hurt if I put a little bitty tiny bevel on it. So let's go that way, bring it back, bring it in, come in there, Let's see if it'll cut it. We better check it first, didn't we? That's right. Ready. That's right. Put a file on it and see what happens. Got it going backwards so that as this file's going around, if I was to hit this, it would throw it at me. But by going backwards, this would come around and hit down here and throw it off. But this is dangerous, like I say. That chamfer ain't going to work. So what I've done, I don't know if y'all can see this, screwed up. I put a double bevel. This needs to come out of the sand going this direction. This will pull out. Well, now I've made a lip that the sand will catch. So I've got to take it down to that dimension and make it go straight across. See what prototyping's all about, guys? Figuring out the problems. If I was smarter, I wouldn't have had this problem in the first place, but oh well. What I'm gonna have to do is start here again. I didn't like that much taper anyway, so no, I want to go this way as I'm coming in. So let's check that. That's the wrong way. I want to go this way. That's the right way. Let's just knock that all off first. We've got a level playing field. Amazing how much swarf's in that one little piece, huh? Now, let's not be so damn aggressive on the taper this time. Going this way, going this way. like that. Just got rid of all this. All right, let's.
Steve?
Yeah, be right there. Backwards.
Alexa, stop.
I like that, guys. The pattern's now over at Clark's at Windy Hill Foundry. I took it with me when I went over to help the guys work on Clark's shop. I thought we were going to do some pouring, but when I got there, they had already dismantled all the stuff needed for that, so I just left the pattern with Clark, and he'll get to it when he can, or I'll go over there and get it. We'll do something. Thanks for watching. See you next week.